live on YouTube as well. I always like to start IG first. And now we're going live. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. I'm remembering my client, she's always saying I'm singing her name. And now I realize I do sing hello, or I sing someone's name as they walk by and they say hello. And I'm like, hello, hello, so and so. Or I say hello, say their name twice, right? But anyway, I know you're having an awesome, awesome, awesome Tuesday. I almost said Wednesday. Oh my gosh, it feels like so much went on yesterday. It feels like it's Wednesday or Thursday already, but it's not. It's only Tuesday. However, we are getting into, oh my gosh, we're almost in November. So I'm looking at IG and I'm on YouTube as well. So I am trying to do both at the same time. Let's dive in. This is Diva Styles TV podcast. Respect the business, right? Respect the business. You got to say it like that, right? And so, today's topic that we're going to, of course, two topics. Remember, if you're keeping up with what we're doing and the format of what we do, we're doing two at a time. So I'm going to record them both at the same time, or on the same day rather, and then but there'll be two different segments, two different topics, right? So you get a 2-for-1 basically, and it's just me being more productive of my time as well. And I try not to make these too long, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So again, Diva Styles TV podcast, respect the business. And we are today, let's start off with, of course, we have two different topics and I have several things I could choose from, but we're going to start off with, we're going to go with banning salons from the salon. Yeah. Let that sink in. Banning cell phones from the salon. Shocking, right? How dare she? So let's talk about it. Let's broach the subject, and then the purpose of Diva Styles TV podcast is to bridge the gap, right? Bridge the gap between the beauty professional and the customer. Now, when I say beauty professional, please do not get offended. My massage therapists, my barbers, my nail techs, my makeup artists, and the like, right? Brow techs, lash techs, etc. I'm just saying beauty professionals to cover the general population, if you will, of the industry. Like I literally can't go down the line. And since I'm a cosmetologist, you're going to hear me sometimes say stylist, or you're going to hear me say beauty professional, which I prefer beauty professional or beauty specialist or hair specialist or hair care specialist. I prefer those terms because if you listened to any of the other things that I've posted, it just seems as if when you say stylist, it like dumbs down kind of the industry. Like it makes people think, oh, they just do hair, they just style hair. They don't understand the anatomy, the just everything that has gone into the different parts of the hair, just all of these different things that go into becoming a cosmetologist, right? Or a barber stylist, or a barber or a nail tech, or what have you. So for my particular profession, since I'm a cosmetologist, I prefer beauty professional, or you can either say hair care specialist. I'm not going to say anything if a person says stylist, but whatever. They'll soon find out when dealing with me that it's much more than that. We go over and beyond that. So getting back to the topic, banning cell phones from the salon. And I'm talking about salons again because that's what I have salons, and so I'm going to talk about salons, right? But this applies to your business, whatever your business may be, the barber shop, the nail salon, if you have a spa, nail, whatever, it applies to the whole thing, right? Banning cell phones from appointments, or banning them from the barber shop. In this case, banning them from the salons. Oh my gosh. Whew. Let's talk about it. So I want to be able to hear you all's comments, your topics that you want to cover, but I want to hear some feedback from this topic right here: banning cell phones from the salon. It's like a tongue twister. I keep wanting to reverse it, but banning cell phones from the salon. What are you talking about, Tosh? And so if you don't know, I'm Tosh, Diva Styles, and we have Diva Styles and Diva Styles 2. We have the Golden Goddess 28 Boutique, which is also known as Gigi 28 Boutique. And so and we also, have spa services as well that are offered by freelance estheticians. So you can get facials, you can get it's called vajacials. You can get waxing in the like brow fillings and all that good stuff. I don't have it, but I do mine with a pencil. But you can get it professionally done, and she does an amazing job. We also have other professionals that can assist you as well, so you can reach out and let us know. Information will be provided in this video or along with this video. So what do I mean by that? What do you think I mean by that? I would love to hear your thoughts on this about having or not having cell phones in your professional setting, in your salon, in your barbershop, and so on and so forth. So I would say for me, I don't mind cell phones. Gotcha. I don't mind cell phones in the salon. I don't, to a degree. Okay, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. We all need our cell phones. If you're coming to me, you're an adult or you're a young adult. If you're a kid, I don't typically do children. If someone sneaks a kid in with me, it's to the parents there, right? So if you're coming to me, you're an adult, you're a professional, you have things going on. You have kids, hubby, BF, friends, aunties, whomever. You have family that's reaching out. You have events coming up. You're flying out somewhere. Like you have a lot going on. You have work. You have your boss. You have employees. You have team members you need to keep in contact with. So I personally do not mind cell phones, and my clientele and even my customers, people who don't even know me, who don't even, maybe they just can pick up on my energy. Maybe they can pick up on the energy and the environment that they're in when they come to Diva Styles. But I don't have a problem with cell phones. I don't get that problem. I think my voice might be going out. I've been talking all day. I don't get that. I don't get having to say, can you hang that up? Can you put that up? Or we don't have cell phones, right? I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. And because people just respect the space, right? Like we're talking about respect the business. People respect my space, right? So they're going to say, I see the phone ring, or I see it ringing, or it's lighting up, or whatever, or it's going off on their watch. And then once it goes off again, I'm like, you can answer that. Or I'll say, do you need me to get that? Do you need me to, do you need to get that? Like get their phone out of their bag or off the table or whatever. And they're like, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then in the rare cases when people do answer their phone, they're not on there alone. Like this. Typically, now sometimes yes, but typically speaking, they're not on there for an extended amount of time. They're kind of on and off, or they answer questions, or they're getting clarification about something, or they're just on a quick catch up, right? But that's only like a couple of people, like one person I can really think of. So maybe two. But generally speaking, or unless they've already given me a heads up. Okay. Sorry. That's the only thing about being on my cell phone with this. And I think I'm going to go back to having two cell phones, or either I'm going to just put this on airplane mode so I don't get distracted by text messages. Ugh. So anyway, sorry. I don't have a poker face, and that the two text messages have come through in the past 30 minutes that are reschedules. And so, yeah, they're going to get charged. I don't do many reschedules. And I think one must be for tomorrow and another one's for Saturday. So she'll probably be fine. But if she's put a dent in my schedule somewhere, we may have a problem. Anyway, moving on. I told you I'm an equal opportunity type of. Moving on. So we're talking about cell phones, right? And I digress. So we're talking about cell phones. And so, yeah, but so you may have, unless a person has said, hey, I need to book an appointment, and I give them some times. And they're like, sure, but just if it's okay, I have a meeting that's going to be at 11 o'clock. I'm like, sure, yeah, it's fine, whatever. So I just try to be mindful of that. And when they get on their phone call and they're set up on the internet, on the Wi-Fi and all that stuff, I go ahead and I turn the television on mute, or turn it down, or turn it off, or whatever. Normally I just turn it on mute, or maybe it's not even on. Maybe I'll put some music on in my ear, or put a podcast or a sermon or whatever, just to to keep me entertained and, keep me my energy level up, right? Because it is very relaxing when you're getting your hair done, and it can be relaxing when you're doing hair also. So sometimes we as stylists, you might be like, even a client might be like, well, I really don't need a television or anything like that on. They may look at their phone, close their eyes, read a book, whatever. But sometimes, a lot of times, I need that stimulation, because if not, I get into my thoughts. I kind of get lull myself. It's the repetitive motion of the flat iron or the blow drying or whatever, and you can tend to kind of like get a little bit too relaxed, if you will. Now, I don't want to say sleepy, but relaxed. And so I do kind of like having the television on, listening to it, getting it to glance up at it from time to time. Um, or listening to music, or having something on in my ear, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, I don't personally have a problem with cell phones. I think, however, if I had stylists that were in my personal space all the time, and people were constantly answering phones and responding to kids and all that stuff, that would become annoying. But because I don't have that problem, typically, even when there are other people in the salon with me, if they answer the phone or a kid answers the phone for the parent, it's usually not that long, right? It's usually just a few moments. Not a problem, not a big deal. I'm not that picky. But I would definitely have a problem. And if I were you, beauty professionals, and you're having this issue, I would totally have an issue if someone were like having long drawn out conversations, speaking on speakerphone, conducting business on speakerphone, or talking to their kids or their husband or their boyfriend or boyfriend or whatever, or significant other, mom, auntie, whomever. If everything was just, if it was just disturbing the peace, right? Now, if it's just the two of you and you've had a long day, you don't feel like talking at the beauty professional, you just want to get the job done, go home, get to your family, get to your tub, get to the movies with your friends, whatever, then by all means, you can totally not make a big deal of it. But I would say it's a great idea to set the stage to not have a lot of cell phone usage within the salon space. And I think a big way to set the stage and to set the tone for that, for your business, is to not be on the phone much yourself. Like, even if I have to answer the phone for my kids because they just got home, whatever, then I'm going to say, hey, okay, call me back in 30 minutes, or I gotta go, or okay, we'll talk about it later when I see you, or something like that, because they know that their cell phones have to go up. So they're probably going to call me from the house phone, which means that now I have to answer. I can't text them. So now I have to take the phone call, right? And so in those instances, I totally understand where if kids are like, mom, da 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 da, or it's been a minute and they're like, oh, are you coming out? Like, I don't mind stuff like that. But like setting on FaceTime with in the phone is here and they're all in your bed. I don't like that. It's a couple people. I don't mind doing that, but generally speaking, to me, that's invasive. So if you are that client that is always on FaceTime, that your friend, your mama, your grandma, everybody has to see what's going on. Your boyfriend wants to see what's going on with your hair. Don't do that. Don't do that, unless your stylist is like, hey, and y'all all know each other and they're just like loving it. Hey, what's up, so and so? Oh, what you doing? Where the kids? That's fine. That's up to you. But generally speaking, if you're that customer or client, please don't do that. Or ask the stylist and say, hey, do you mind? And they may say, well, hey, can we just wait till I get to, or wait till I get to, it's like it's like salons and stylists who like when you bring a friend to the salon or bring a friend to the, like, I don't need you all up in what I'm doing, because it just seems that way sometimes, which is why I don't have a problem with people who are like, with beauty professionals who are like, don't bring any friends, like no extra guests, because people do that. First of all, it's distracting. B, they're taking up space. C, a lot of times they're trying to be nosy to see what you're doing, seeing what products that you're using, looking at your technique, looking at the tools that you're using, looking at the implements you're using, all of that. They're looking at all of that, critiquing what you're doing. None of their business. And most of the time, they hadn't even been to anybody's school. And if they have, it's been, never mind, or they didn't finish or whatever, or they never got their license, they just went for a few hours and they think they're a stylist, so or whatever. So no. Having someone on FaceTime is equivalent to bringing company with you to the salon. It's invasive. It's invasive to the professional space, right? Whether it's their suite, their station, their business, their salon, whatever. It definitely not if it's in their home, right? So if they were nice enough and opened their home to you as a client or a customer, don't invite other people over unless that's just the rapport that y'all have, right? Unless that's just the rapport that y'all have. Y'all feeling my those that can see on IG and on YouTube? You feeling my emeralds? Aren't they pretty? I just thought about that today. I'm like, you know what? We need to do a little something, something. And I forgot I had this set and these earrings, a little dangles. So we changed out the other ones and put in those. Aren't they pretty? And then I say, you know what? It's a little different, but we're gonna do my little oh shoot, I forgot. I know what kind it is. I can't think of it right. Jade. I think it's Jade. And so he did that as well. Because I saw where what's his Ghostface Killer. He was having his grand opening for his coffee shop in New York. And in the shop, they had a bunch of like Wu Tang stuff and paraphernalia, and everything has the Wu sign on it. And I grew up around that time. For you all who's like, oh my gosh, you don't look like you're old enough to have a 22-year-old, da da da. I do. So yeah, so I grew up with the Wu honey, with the Wu. So not I don't know Ghostface Killer from this video from this microphone chat, but just I did grow up with that with them with not with them, but grew up listening to them. Let me be clear, I didn't grow up with them. I didn't even grow up in New York. I grew up listening to them, right? So when I saw that, I thought it was pretty cool. I like the fact that someone's opening up a coffee shop like that. I'm not a big coffee person. I didn't think I'm not a huge coffee person. Let me just that is the truth. But there are certain coffee things that I like. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like entrepreneurism in the person, there was a young lady that was she reached out once I expressed interest on the page and said that she made these. So I went to her page, ordered them. She was professional in the DMs. We had good rapport, and it came in a timely manner. So yeah. And I'm not one for crystals typically. The last crystal I had, I don't know. I couldn't keep my hand. I don't know. I just wouldn't. I couldn't keep it. I don't know what it was. So now I'm gonna try the jade, and I think this is jade. I'm pretty sure. So I think. Anyway, I think it's jade. We'll see. Oh, okay. We got stuck over here on. Well, let's get back to the topic because we want to wrap this up. I told you I don't want to keep y'all very long, and we have two in one. So we have two segments, or one day that's broken up into two segments, if you will. So we want to move on to the next topic. So yeah, but let me know what you all think. Are you against cell phones? Do you have a problem with people having being on FaceTime? Is it to you the more the merrier? See, we all have different personality types. See, I'm not that type. I'm not that type that have people all in my home, in and out the door. I'm not that type. I take after my dad. I don't have people all in and out my house. At least that's how I grew up. Now I don't know, people change as they get. So I'm stuck again. What is going on? But so I didn't grow up that way. So I don't subscribe to that. Sorry, this little piece of hair is doing something kind of wonky, and I don't like a bunch of hairspray and this stuff. So anyway, yeah. So but it depends on what your personality type is. My personality type is I'm more reserved. People are really hard, and it's hard to believe, and they're shocked when I say I'm shy. I'm introverted. I'm not that person that like, hey, my name is, and they think I am because when I speak, and my enthusiasm when I and I'm silly sometimes. So people think that I'm very like super outgoing, and I can be. Don't get me wrong, I can be outgoing. That's just not where I start. Right? It takes me a moment. Like I need to. It depends. It depends on how we vibe. If we vibe well, boom, we can hit the ground running. But if I'm not quite sure, then I'm gonna kind of be a little bit like not a little standoffish, if you will. My husband would say cold. I'm like, I'm not cold. I just didn't like that vibe. They were giving me cold, so I gave them cold, but I gave them icy. But no. But anywho, so we're gonna move on. But yeah, I wanna know what you think. But guidelines. So I talked earlier in a video. I'm pretty sure I posted it already, talking about guidelines. And so guidelines for your space. Get a notebook, get your tablet. If you're on your laptop, jot it down on your notes. Write it down on with pen and paper, do something. But I want you to come up with a list right now, as long as you're not driving, a list of what your guidelines, what your no-goes are in your professional space, right? What you do not like, what you don't like. Think about, I want you to sit for a few moments And I want you to think about situations that have come up over the years, over the last few months, over the last few weeks, over the last few days. I don't care how long or how short of a time you've been in this industry. I want you to be comfortable in your space, comfortable in this industry, comfortable saying what your likes and dislikes are, comfortable with setting boundaries so that you can have the best time in this industry. This is a fantastic phenomenon. I've not even scratch the surface of what you can do in this industry, right? And I have nothing but good things to say about this industry. Now, with anything, you're going to have your peaks and your valleys. You're going to have your likes and your dislikes. You're going to have your good time, your good things and your bad things. You're going to have your moments, right? But overall speaking, like the best decision, right? And so, it hurts my little spirit when I hear people say, "Oh, I stopped or I quit because of people," or "My sister used to do hair, but she got burnt out," or whatever the case may be. Like, let's figure out those things to make cosmetology, make barbering, nail tech, brow specialist, whatever. Let's find those ways to make it enjoyable, whether it's taking classes or whatever that looks like, changing up your clientele. A lot of times it's the people that you let come into your space. So if you can tweak who those people are, then you can create an environment that works for you. I had someone come into uh, the boutique today, and I'd walked past them. I was coming from one salon suite to the boutique, back to the boutique, and I spoke, and then they said they asked someone like that in the building, like, "Who's that?" And so she didn't realize it was me. And I don't think I had a did I have my mask on? I did, because if I'm in the hall, I had my mask on. Now I will take it off from time to time in the boutique, but I had my mask on. And so she didn't know who it was. So she came in. So she came like near the door, the front door of my boutique, and she's like, "Oh, Tosh," da, 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 and she was just praising it and giving me praises and being so gracious and so sweet. And I really appreciated it, because oftentimes, especially with Black women, we don't always celebrate one another. So those people who have been genuinely proud of me, genuinely happy for me, I'm just so blessed and so thankful for those people. And I just, ask God to bless those people for their genuine well wishes, right? And so she was just coming in and seeing this face, and she's like, "This looks like you. This is so," people say that. I don't know what that means, but somehow they kind of know my aesthetic, I guess. And so she's like, "Yeah, this looks like you." She said, "I'm glad you got this. I'm glad you got this." And so anyway, uh, she mentioned it being zen. She mentioned it being a zen space. That's the word she used. She says very zen in here. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Thank you." And it is. It's very cool. It's calm. It's not a large space. It's the emerald. I have emerald and gold, and but yeah, it's not a large space, but it's a zen space. It is calming. Even I'll have some little music going here and there, upbeat music, and sometimes I'll have it mellow music, but most of the time it's upbeat music, but it's still cool, it's calming, it's inviting, right? And so that's what she said. And so that's what we want for our spaces to say to people. We want it to say peace. When people come into my salon space, even people who are not spending money with me, even people who haven't even stepped foot in the door, even people who've never sat in my chair, they're like, "Oh, it's so nice. It's so calming." And, like you can tell they want to come. So I'm like, "There's a card, you can tell." But I've just gotten so many compliments. And I'm like, if you understood how quickly I put that space together. Like, hubby was rushing me because the guy that was with him, helping him, was putting up the television. It took longer than he anticipated. So then they're rushing me, trying to figure out, where do you want this shelf? Where do you want this? So I'm like, "Wait, stop." Mind you, they've had all day, well, not all day, but a few hours. And I'm like, "Wait, stop." So I'm having to make like rash decisions, make pimp decisions at the last minute. Like, "Okay, all right, put that there. Okay, all right, put that there. Okay, all right, do this, do this, do this." And it all came together, and people did nothing but praise the space. And so I'm like, when you have like a talent, you don't really have to try that hard with it. And so that is a blessing, right? Definitely another avenue I would love to explore. I will be exploring at some point. But first things first. And so anyway, we're talking about banning cell phones from the salons, if I can get it right. Banning cell phones from the salons. What are your thoughts? I say it depends on the situation. I say let them stay, because we need them for emergencies. But we're talking about when we talk about banning cell phones from the salons, I mean conversations, FaceTime, multiple calls, the phones ringing they don't even have it on silent or vibrate. It's ringing every 5 seconds, disturbing the peace, disturbing your peace, just disturbances. And so in those particular instances, I say nope, no cell phone, or at least put it on silent, or just answer it if it's an emergency. Just let whomever, if you have that person um, that's always taking phone calls, always taking a break. I have this one person, they always feel the need to get up. It's like they're nice enough to leave the phone in the purse, but then when it's time to make a phone call, I gotta wait for them to make the phone call. I gotta wait for them to go stand over there by the and make the phone call. What's that about? You're still interrupting the service. Bring the phone, sit back down, disconnect the call, and when you're finished, and then let's get back. I can be working along the way. Why do I have to stop and wait for you to have to take the phone call? I'm just still baffled by that. And there's been at least once I've been like, you can bring it over here, but I try not to interrupt. I try to let people do what they do, but come on. So anyway, cell phones, to ban, not to ban. What are your thoughts? I can't wait to hear them, see your comments. You can put them in my DM. If it's YouTube, you can leave them in the comments, and then we'll address them at a later time. Again, Diva Styles TV podcast, Respect the Business, is all about bridging the gap between the beauty professional and the customer. And so we want to broach topics, issues, scenarios, questions on this platform so that we can, answer them together. We can, bounce ideas. There may be some fresh ideas that I've never thought of. I'm not considering myself an expert. There may be circumstances that you may have a better idea, a solution for that would work better for the public. And so, yeah, let's explore that. We definitely want to do it in a respectful way and be respectful of everyone's opinion and the like. Okay, so I look forward to the next segment. Y'all take care, and I guess we can go ahead and dive into our beauty segment because I don't want to forget on the next one. I was going to do it next taping, if you will. We're going to do it now. So we're going to talk kind of fashion right now, because I don't think I'm going to do one for the next segment. I don't know. We're going to talk. So we already talked about fashion in a sense. I gave you the plug on where I got this necklace, right? And I told you I do like emeralds and such, but I gave you the plug on this. So shout out to Ghostface Killer, Wu-Tang Clan, okay, Method Man and all of them. So, but you know what? I got something. Speaking of things that I purchased online, let's just segue. Actually, both products I'm about to show you, that's cool. Look how organic that was. That's super organic. All three items that I'm going to show you today came offline, right? It came from it popping up on my IG, me seeing an ad about it, or seeing it on the IG shop and deciding to go ahead and purchase. Like, I don't purchase on IG typically, although I do have bundles on IG and lashes, closures and frontals. Feel free to shop. It is on the shop, right? I don't know if it's on Diva Styles, DBA Styles, or if it's on Golden Goddess 28 Boutique. I don't remember. It might be on Diva Styles. I can't recall. Anyway, either one of them. I'll tag both. But so not only do we have this, and I don't remember the young lady's name, so I will try to tag her on this video, But recently, well, I'll go with this is the most recent. So we'll go backwards. So I got this most recent. Right before that, no, this is the most recent, I believe. Yeah, this is the most recent, I believe. And then this came, and then I'm gonna show you one more item. That is so organic. Look at, come on. So anywho, let's make sure our lighting is turned all the way up because this looks so dull on this one. I cannot wait. Okay, that's better, but I cannot wait to upgrade this. I should have upgraded it when I was thinking about it, but it is what it is. We're gonna make it happen. So we have the Wu-Tang on Ghostface Killer's page. His coffee, Ghostface Killer coffee, maybe, I guess. But I'll tag it. And then we have C'est la vie, Paris. C'est la vie, Paris. So does C'est la vie mean goodbye? I don't remember. C'est la vie. So C'est la vie, right? So, oh, isn't that cute? So this, and it's really sturdy. if I can, maybe compare, you can kind of tell, right? Like my tote bags are normally about that wide, maybe. So this is a little smaller. I will say it's a little smaller than I anticipated, but it's all good. I think it was $48 on the site. And so, yeah, I was kind of expecting plus tax, I'm sure, and shipping or whatever. But I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger when I got it. And I think I did see a review about that. But I'm still happy with it. I would love for it to be a little bigger so I can only carry one tote bag. But like if I want to carry like my notebooks, water, oh, I do have my other gloss in here. Okay, yeah, it gave me a surprise. So if I want to, I have my umbrella in here. I'm out of my Fiji. I need to go buy some more Fiji. I think I have like one more bottle left in here somewhere. Like a little brownie that came with my lunch the other day. Notebooks. I have a notebook for each thing, whether finance, whatever. And then I have my charger. Why am I going through my bag to show you what's in my bag? I don't even know. So charger, and then I have like a little my cell phone holder thingy so I can do videos and such without not holding it. And also I found that it's better on my hands too. So I'm not holding the phone like this. I can just kind of like let it rest there, put the weight of the phone on the stand, and then just text that way. And then of course you have voice text if my people, if there's no one around listening to your message. So this is so cool. It's so cute. And look how it's so sturdy. Like it's nicely made. It's very sturdy. Like this is heavy. From the umbrella and all that stuff in it, which I forgot I had an umbrella in there. But anywho, so that's that bag there. And then lastly, we wrap this up. We're at 30 minutes and some change on YouTube. And of course, a little bit longer on IG because I try to start IG first. So now we're going to come over to and I don't have the whole set because I wasn't really planning on doing this, but since I have it with me and it's so pretty, look how pretty that is. And so this is a tote and carry bag, right? And I know y'all have seen this all over, but I've had my tote and carry stuff for probably 2 years, 3 years, something like that. 2 years, maybe. I know it's more than a year and a half. Anyway, so I have black, I have green. I think I just have the black and green. I feel like I have one more set. No, that's my other luggage. So I have black and I have green. So in the black, I have the computer bag, which is this. So I have a small duffel or a medium-sized duffel and a large duffel, if you will, right? It's not really small, but I have the two duffels, two different sizes, and then I have this. Oh, and I have the book bag. Dang! So I must have gotten this later on. I can't remember. I think I got this later because I feel like I got the two duffels and the backpack. The backpack is absolutely amazing. I have nothing else like it. I have it in green and then I have it in black. I was just wondering who that was. So I have green and I have it in black and they are amazing. I always get compliments on it. I actually started carrying them to work with me at one point just because it was so easy to just throw everything in there and they were so sturdy. It's the huge flap. It has the zipper, if I'm not mistaken. You have plenty of compartments. I actually lose things in there because it's just so much space, right? It's just so many compartments. So this is a tote and carry computer bag. And it's really, really, really cute. And they're so sturdy. So my computer, I'll even put my microphone in here, chargers, things of that nature, and I'm good. I hope it's still recording because baby girl just called. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, y'all, because we're going to head on to second segment, which will put us at, I think, 8th video. That will put us at 8 videos for Diva Styles TV podcast. Respect the business. Respect the business. All right, y'all. Ciao.